Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike, and I want to talk to you today about the fact that TFCON has been canceled. I was looking forward to this event. I had a lot of plans for it. I was excited for it. I was going to cover it. And the reality of it is that I'm actually happy they canceled it. It's a good thing that they're taking action and getting ahead of this beer flu. I'm not allowed to call it what it is. But anyway, I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about some points here. I'm going to discuss Disney World closing. I'm going to discuss some emails I got from everywhere. I'm going to have a discussion about YouTube and how YouTube is restricting our discussions about this, but there's ways around it. And then I'm also going to have a discussion about the third-party panel and a discussion about the dealer room coming up. So not only was I excited for TFCON to happen, I was most excited for the third-party panels. So I'm going to show you some pictures, kind of slideshow of past third-party panels that went on at other TFCONs. But as I talk about these points and I talk about this, it's something visual that you can see. So it's really not going to match up to what I'm talking about. But it's one of those things that it's only 2 or 3 times a year, and it's exciting, and it's such a niche or niche market, and it's not something that you get everywhere. You get it only in that very small area. But anyway, getting into this, Disney World and Disneyland, they shut down because there are so many people that could contaminate each other with the beer flu. But as much as I want to joke and make fun of that, it's super duper serious. Now, I'm okay with the fact that we shut down TFCON. Disney World, Disneyland is shutting down. I'm okay with the fact that we're shutting down for 30 days. One thing I want to say is China did their shutdown for 45 days and got ahead of this thing. Well, I don't even know if the numbers they reported for all of this stuff is correct, because a lot of people feel they are not. It's almost like an embarrassment, like, oh, we had this many cases. But in the end, they took drastic measures. I personally don't think that if we in the US took the same exact measures, it would work. It wouldn't sit well with the population. But getting past all of that, how does it affect our toys? Well, first off, I said from get-go that I'm okay with waiting until the end of February, the end of March, April, whatever it takes till they start making the toys again. But the reality of it is that if they stop production for a few months, that's not just 3 months behind. It's 3, 4, 5, 6 months behind. And it's just the world we're going to live in 2020. The reality that we're going to have to wait longer. The reality we don't have to pay for these things that much longer is another situation. So Disney World, Disneyland closed. It is a thing. Some emails I'm getting about U.S. companies that are taking action. I don't know if your inbox is absolutely flooded with this stuff, but mine is. My wife's is. I just brought it up to my wife thinking that I was in some sort of a bubble and it was only happening to me. No, it was happening to her too. But I got some from GameStop, AMC movie theaters. The movie theater is going to only allow half the tickets to sell. And once it hits the 50% mark, it's going to say sold out. That's an interesting way to go about it. I don't know if that's 100% the best way to go about it. I mean, it's the way they can still make some profits and not completely shut down. But also from banks, emails from retailers like Best Buy and Ollie's, Academy Sports, emails from restaurants telling what they're doing to be sanitary and increasing the sanitation going on. But the reality of it is that this is something that we have to deal with. And I appreciate all these great emails I'm getting reminding me what's going on. But in the end, this event is canceled. Now, they're getting out ahead of this, and it's not just TFCON. So they're canceling music festivals. Coachella and Stagecoach was canceled. South by Southwest, Ultra Music Festival, Tin Pan Southwest Songwriting Festival, and then movies and movie theaters. The Broadway shows, well, they're canceled. Tribeca Film Festival postponed. Comic-Con. I'm sorry, CinemaCon has been postponed, and then movies have been delayed. So Sony, Paramount, STX, Disney, and Universal have all delayed release of several of the films, and some of the movies include F9, No Time to Die, Lovebirds, Mulan, The New Mutants, Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings, A Quiet Place Part 2, and Peter Rabbit 2, The Runaway. Also, concert tours that were canceled or pushed back to like June. Pearl Jam, Avril Lavigne, Green Day, Blake Shelton, K-pop, whatever that is. And public events such as the Boston Marathon postponed until September. St. Patrick's Day parades postponed. Which I don't know how you postpone a St. Patrick's Day parade. That's kind of strange. Sporting events like the NBA, and golf, and the Hockey League, and baseball, soccer, football, all this stuff is getting affected. So it's not just Comic-Con or TFCon. So I want to talk a little bit about how YouTube is handling this. Now, in the early days, when I first got directions straight from ShowZ that there was going to be some interruption, I was able to say what the beer flu was. The official name of the beer flu, well, it's actually technically not the official name. It's almost, there's more depth to that. But anyway, it's that with a 19 on it. You can't say it on YouTube anymore. You get demonetized. There's a lot of very specific reasons why, and if you're a YouTuber that creates content, it's frustrating to you. If you're a viewer, it's almost funny watching people dance around it, but in the end it actually kind of makes sense in kind of a roundabout way. So it is what it is. I'm gonna make a whole video about that. I actually have been working on that. I'm just not happy with where that video is yet, so it's not coming up. Also, the 3D panels, so 3P 3P third-party panels are my favorite part of TFCon. I look forward to that because I want to see what's the progress of our third parties, what is coming up soon, what does it look like, what are they working on. All that stuff really gets me excited because I am a Masterpiece Transformer collector at heart. Number one, you know, then it's number two is the main line, number three is the Legends. So when it comes to Transformers, that's what I like. I mean, obviously G1 is written in history, so if you want to go back and get all the G1 figures, the official G1 figures, you can do that. But at TFCon, I want to see where we're going. Are we moving forward? Is there something new on the horizon? Is there a remake, or are they making a new obscure character? What's going on? I know that I expected X-Transbots to absolutely dominate this, and I think that they might. I want to see Chosen Prime to step up and still do a third-party panel. They get slides. Basically, all they get is a slideshow. They can still do a slideshow. They could do a YouTube video. They could do a video and release it on Facebook. They could put it on their own page. Whatever it takes. But it still should happen. I don't think that canceling this event should cancel the third-party panel. I don't think the slideshow should be over. I think we should still get the slideshow, release all of the slides. I think it should still happen. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think about that? Now, I'm sure a lot of people are going to say, well, you know, China was closed for a while. Everything's backed up 2, 3, 4, 6 months. Who knows? And You know, the toilet paper's out everywhere and the sanitizer and the bottled water. But the thing is that, did they make any progress? Did these companies make any progress on the figures that they're working on and what they're releasing? And I personally think they did. I think they're several steps further in either the design or even in the production, because they figure out production steps. I don't think they just sat on their hands for the last 3 months. I don't think the entire year of 2020 Fans Toys sat there twiddling their thumbs. I think they've done something. X-Transbots didn't sit there twiddling their thumbs. I think they did something. I truly think that this third-party panel should have been extremely interesting. Now, lastly, I want to talk about the dealer room. And the dealer room is something that is spectacular with this. They showcase not only things that have been released, but a lot of prototypes of a lot of upcoming things. The dealer room is my second favorite part of this, and I usually do a video just about the dealer room. The dealer room is something that you get like a preview the night before, and some of those things in the dealer room are in your third-party panel. So the fact we're not going to get that, we're not going to see that, I mean, I don't think there's really any way to emulate that without having the event. But I do think that those people who have the access should show us what's going on. I just think that we need to see this. It's just information. I mean, it's free advertising in a way. So let's get the free advertising out there. And all parties involved in this benefit from this. They get sales from their sites. So it doesn't make any sense. I would expect to see something coming up this weekend showing off some third-party panel. If not, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed, but, you know, in the end, you can only do what you do. Let me know what you think about this closure of this. Let me know what you think about the lack of having this in Orlando, Florida. Guess what? There's another TFCON around the corner in a few months. Like, subscribe to Hanger out.